I do this, O my God, as much for thy honor as for mine. I have for 14 years considered myself the agent of thy vengeance. Other wretches, like Fernand, Danglars, and Villefort, not imagine that chance has freed them from their enemy. Let them know, on the contrary, that their punishment, which was decreed by Providence, is only delayed by my present determination. And that, while they may escape it in this life, it awaits them in the next. And they're only exchanging time for eternity. "5 minutes past, Albert. I would not have thought it of you.
Count,
You're not yourself, Albert. Is something wrong?
I must speak, sir.
Proceed.
Sir, I reproached you for exposing the conduct of my father, the Count de Morcerf, when he served in Yanina. Guilty though I knew he was, I thought you had no right to punish him. I've since learned that you had that right. It is not Monsieur de Morcerf's treachery toward the Pasha of Yanina which induces me to excuse you, but the treachery of the fisherman, Fernand Bendedtto, towards you. I say, and I proclaim it publicly, that you were justified. And I thank you for not using greater severity. Now, if you think my apology sufficient, please give me your hand. I've acted well as a man, but you have acted better than a man. And I hope the world will not call me cowardly for acting as my conscience dictated.
Providence still. Well, now I'm fully convinced of being the emissary of God.
Will you counsel me?
Of course, Albert.
What now?
You're free, Albert. You can leave your father's house, leave Paris. Take your mother with you.
My mother?
You owe her more than you can ever repay.
Where will we go? How will we live? I'm giving up all that I have. I can't ask her to do the same.
Albert, listen. Once I was betrothed to a lovely girl whom I adored. With ceaseless toil, I amassed 150 louis. This money was for her, Albert, and I buried our little treasure in a garden behind a little house in Marseille. Your mother, Albert, knew that house well. Not long ago, I passed by the old place. It stands there still. In the evening, I took a spade to the garden. The iron box was still there beneath the tree my father planted on the day I was born. This money, Albert, was meant to provide comfort and tranquility to the woman I adored. And now, through strange and painful circumstances, it may still serve its intended purpose.
I accept it. Thank you, Edmond.
It was always yours, Mercedes.
Your work. It's finished then.
Not yet.
Count, I've asked you for advice many times, and you have never led me wrong. Please let me repay you in
I know what you will say. I tell you it is impossible.
You didn't really count on Monte Cristo.
There is no Count of Monte Cristo with this.
And I'm sorry for you.
Perhaps you will allow me to visit you in Marseille when it's finished.
Goodbye, Count.
Goodbye, my friend. Monsieur de Morcerf.
Did you not have a meeting with my son this morning?
I did?
And did he not have good reasons to fight with you?
Yes, he had very good ones.
Doubtless you made some apology or an explanation.
I explained nothing. Albert apologized to me.
And to what do you attribute this conduct?
To the conviction, probably, that there was one more guilty than I. I expected this outcome.
You expected my son would be a coward?
Albert de Morcerf is no coward.
Any man who holds a mortal enemy within reach of his sword and does not fight is a coward. Why is he not here that I might tell him so?
Sir, I do not expect that you have come here to relate to me your little family affairs. I understand that a warrant for your arrest has been issued. I suggest that you state your business quickly.
I came to tell you that I also look upon you as my enemy. I came to tell you that I hate you instinctively. That it is as if I have always known you and always hated you. And in short, since the young people of the present day will not fight, it remains for us to do so. Do you think so, sir?
Certainly.
Are you prepared?
I am.
Let us start. We need no witnesses!
Very true, it is unnecessary. We know each other so well.
Perhaps I may be more honorable in my shame than you under your pompous covering. You call yourself the Count of Monte Cristo, but it is your real name that I wish to know. So that I may pronounce it at the moment that I plunge my sword through your heart.
Do not guess it, Fernand, or rather, remember. For notwithstanding all my sorrows and tortures, I show you their face, which the happiness of revenge makes young again. A face that you must often have seen in your dreams. But the day you bury my betrothed,
Edmond Dantes!
Fernand Mondego, you strip me of my love, my honor, and my life! And I have repaid you in kind. I offer you now a chance at absolution. What does your honor demand now?
Come, Mother. This is no longer our home.
I am the Abbé Faria. I have been imprisoned in the Chateau d'If since the year 1811. For what great and mysterious purpose has it pleased heaven to abase the man once so elevated? and raise up him who was once so abased. How inscrutable are the ways of Providence. Edmond!
Hermione!
Gerard, no, you must go.
What happened to you?
Everyone is gone. I was alone. He came back and he took me. I'm sorry, Gerard. I'm so sorry.
Who did this to you?
Welcome home, magistrate.
Are they Faria? Father! Father! Tell me what to do.
Oh, alas, Edmond, my dear friend, I do not need to explain this to you.
Help!
Silence! You are lost. Now believe me when I tell you that Providence does you a favor today. I am too old to be anything but a hindrance now.
Don't say that!
Quiet! Do you want the gods to discover everything we've accomplished? Listen to me now, my son. I bless thee.
No!
I wish you all of the happiness and all the prosperity that you deserve. The treasure, the one the jailer said was a figment of my addled brain, is real. I see it now, in the depths of a cavern. My eyes pierce the inmost recesses of the earth and are dazzled at the sight of such riches. You must go now. And when you are out in the world again, hasten to Monte Cristo. Avail yourself of the fortune, for you have suffered long enough.
Bendedtto!
He made me write to you, Gerard.
Do you find this garden much changed?
What?
You remember? This house used to belong to the Servior family. Your family, madame. I understand they were quite influential until a scandal nearly destroyed them. The rumor is that the daughter had a child out of wedlock. Ha! Shocking.
What do you want?
You know the story? Supposedly, the daughter never revealed the identity of the scoundrel who disgraced her. In the end, they had to marry her off to a young banker. I understand he's done quite well for himself since then, but the story never tells what happened to the baby.
It died.
Did it?
Father. For 8 years I've learned from you. I speak 5 languages. I can recite the whole of Dante, Machiavelli, and Shakespeare. A world is open to me now that I had not known existed. But if I am to enter this world, the time must be now. I can have everything. If I can only survive the fall. And so, Father, after everything you have given me, I have one last boon to beg of you.
Do you recall a man named Bertuccio? Of course you don't. He was a gardener here for the sake of your family. Your family, madame. He was here the night you gave birth.
No.
You were upstairs, he was down here, and so were you, magistrate.
No.
He saw what you buried here.
The child was dead!
That child lived, mother.
Lived? How? Our child, Gerard!
Almighty, no!
You told me. Our child.
The madman has gone on to look after his treasure. Good journey to him.
All those millions, and yet they won't even be able to pay for Stroud. Come, open the book.
Tuccio, gardener. He took me that night and ran. Even then he feared you. We lived as criminals. It was easy enough to become one. And one day, when I cursed God for ordaining me to such a fate, he said, "Do not blaspheme! The fault lies not with the Almighty, but with your father. Your father who consigned you to hell! I've been a forger, I've been a thief, and I've been an assassin, and I am your son!"
My son, do you know what providence is? The agent of providence. Does this look like the will of God to you? Does it?
No. It does not.
I have heard your voice before.
You heard the first time 24 years ago at Marseille. I am the specter of a wretch that you condemned to the dungeons of the Chateau d'If. God gave that specter this form when he issued from his tomb, enriched him with gold and diamonds, and led him to you. Do you know me now?
I know you. I buried you. I buried the both of you. Should I prostrate myself now that the dead have risen from their graves?
Not dead, monsieur. Very much alive. And we will have our justice.
Justice? Is that what this is? Justice? Well, your justice holds little terror for me.
Gerard did Villefort. I came to tell you that you have sufficiently repaid your debt. And from this moment forward, I will pray God forgive you.
Do not pray for me, monsieur. My soul is stained, but at least it is my own. Can you say the same for yours? Look about you. Edmond Dantes. Are you well revenged?
Your mother thought you were dead, Bendedtto. She was innocent in this.
Please, please, help me.
I saved you from the guillotine so that you might serve my purpose.
and in so doing answer the crimes that were done to you. But I cannot absolve you of the crimes that you yourself have committed. You became an instrument of divine retribution. And now, your purpose fulfilled, you are duly punished in your turn. I wonder, Bendedtto, did it hurt as much as you hoped it would? Please. Goodbye, Bendedtto.
Edmond, do you know what providence is?
Who and what are you?
Edmond,
Do you know what providence is?
14 years.
I am unable to restore you to liberty.
Edmond,
Now there is a woman. I know.
you were about to be married.
It has instilled a new passion in your heart.
Do you know what providence is?
Vengeance.
Edmond Dantes, do you know what providence is?
Vengeance. Providence.
You must avoid dwelling on what might be.
Do you know what providence is?